All right, so hopefully somebody knows who this guy is. Nobody. Trailer Park Boys? Great Canadian TV show. Okay, this is Bubble. Bubble is a special guy. Bring it here,
That
Bubble.
was the highest gift card he had.
Oh, and offended. So Bubbles is dead serious about his kitty, just like VA is dead serious about getting the veteran in there, which is why I put it in. God help y'all. But I want to show you guys here. So on a DU, this veteran, we actually closed this a couple of years ago, but the total expense ratio, DTI, back end, 72.11%. Front end, 58.29. Now, this is where a lender's conscience has to come into play, right? Just because you can doesn't mean you shouldn't. But this lady, she had her two brothers moving in with her. They were going to help with the mortgage, so really she could make the mortgage. But just because you can with VA doesn't mean you should, right? You want to make sure we're not setting up this client for foreclosure. On the left here, kind of like we were talking about residual income count. The lender, it's uber important. If you're working with a lender that you haven't worked with before, make sure they do the residual count. And make sure it's double checked, because a lot of people don't know how to do the residual count. So essentially, it's their credit cards and monthly minimum payments up here, their gross earnings, and then VA has us calculate federal, state, Social Security, and any other monthly deductions on the pay stubs. So in this case, let me see if I can move this. So in this case, with this client, VA is saying, per the guidelines, you need to have at least $823 left over after you make the mortgage payment, after you pay all your debts. And they have some calc in here too for like utilities and all that as well. And this one had 1795, and we were still at a 61% debt to income. So when you have a high FICO with VA, usually you can write your own ticket as long as the residual is hidden, which is kind of what this other client did over here with the 72%.
Hello.